A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. Now this is very interesting channeling session actually. Welcome to your own world of intuition that is directing you to listen to these messages and downloads. Now I have to say that this channeling is pretty interesting because it came in after someone had asked me a question. The question is that why do or how do we know that the other person is in love with us, or other person, despite the programming and despite all of the issues, they feel for us or they have something for us. Now I'm not talking about toxicity, but I'm talking about those people who have played this coming and going game for many times. Many times they went away, many times they came back, many times they went away, and then finally they went away for a really long time, and then again, it's like they're coming back and forth and checking and not checking. Then it starts from stalking first, and then it's more of like a high, and then it's more of like a conversation. That's because runner chaser dynamic itself is a proof that they cannot really go away from you for long. You do have a magnetic pull, you do have a charisma, and this pull actually comes into people via inner work. Lots of twin flames actually are confused because they think that they feel actually like, when did the twin flame journey actually start? Also, we must look at the progress in life. We should always look at the progress and never focus on the negativity. When the feminines and masculines have this really bad habit of focusing on negativity, which comes into their DNA via programming. Basically, when they were kids, when they were children, they had this surrounding, or they were raised in atmospheres or places where everybody was constantly talking about what's wrong, what's bad. And these people, the twin flamers, they're advanced souls, they're usually focused on what is good. So even when people are depressed, or people are anxious, or people are just very dramatic, they are just having a good time. When they are having a good time, when they are happy, those who are unhappy, they get triggered by them. Why is this one person so happy while all of us are upset about certain things? If they would go and talk to the person who has the twin flame energy, they would say like, why you want to be so happy, or why do you want to do this, or why do you want to do that? The answer would come like, well, what is there to be sad about, or why should I be sad about if there's a genuine situation? Most of the times they would only be sad when they would separate from someone who's very dear for them, like a pet or say a grandparent. They could never get over those people who was like very loving, very kind, very unconditional. And in childhood, in totality, they met very few such people, who 100% were unconditional and very loving towards them. Now, because of these interferences in their lives, when they actually go through pain, say bullying or sexual molestation or something even worse, which I don't want to mention all of them, I think you get the point, you get the idea. When they are in pain, they cannot even talk to other people about their pain, because everybody is so busy in their suffering and in their misery. They any which way did not like the fact that this child was independent or happy-go-lucky. Many a times when the child would question this, that why don't my parents love me so much, or why don't my people, they take so much interest in me, why don't they listen to me? There were a number of reasons. First of all, they are very different. Secondly, they are very empathetic. Thirdly, they are way too intelligent as compared to other people, so they are usually snubbed off. Even if they would say something very intelligent or something very wise, their parents would snub them off, saying that, what, you're right, my child, but this is not how it works. So they start developing a sadness around them, because everybody around them is so sadistic. People are deriving sadistic pleasures that they also somehow get programmed to be sad, and that can only be done. Your mood can only go down if you're focusing on negative things, or if you're in comparison mode. So they see the adults around them or elders around them constantly making comparisons, or constantly being focused on negative things, unhappy things, worries, constantly worrying. The child who's so intelligent, so advanced, so ahead of their time, so smart, they can bifurcate. They also feel that if I have to get the love of my people, then I also have to be this way, the same way. And you know what? Everybody knows this is very scientific. We always attract what we focus on. So the more we focus on negativity, the more it will grow. As simple as that. And it grows, it grows, it grows. In their relationship also, they realize, and it's a very minute thing, but it's a very important thing. But it's also, when I use the word minute, I mean to say the thing that you need to understand is like a point. You get that point, like how we say, do you get my point? Do you understand the point? Do you know what point am I trying to make? Because though that point is very small, it's like a dot, but it will reveal everything to you. And they understand that the actual point is that they are focused on negativity, or they're focused on how bad their life is, or they're focused on comparisons. So when the runner chaser dynamic used to happen earlier, when it used to happen in small, brief periods, very small periods, and they would start focusing on good things. First they would go into separation, they would be in pain and misery, and when they would realize that there is no way to bring this person back, because when the runner runs, they actually act like, or they behave like they'll never come. Even if the running is only a month long, but each time the runner runs, they always behave like they will never come back. But fortunately or unfortunately, they always come back. And with the longest separation, the runner learns to not run, and the chaser learns to not chase forever. Like they learn this lesson for eternity, that I'm not going to chase, I'm going to be happy in my own energy. The runner also thinks that I'm going to be happy in my own world, in my own energy, so I don't need to run. They don't need to chase, or they don't need to run, and they understand that this whole runner chaser is happening because the person that I keep chasing, or the person that I keep running away from, there's no running away actually, and there's no need to chase, because they just love me and I just love them. That's it. And all the problems that are between us, they have grown so much extensively because we have focused too much on those problems. Whatever we focused on, whatever we gave importance to, and the things we did not forgive, we kept thinking about it, we kept dwelling about it. That thing grew incessantly, and it like stood up like a big monster in front of us, and then it was like too difficult to deal with it, or too difficult to handle. So universe is putting these people in repeated patterns of runner and chaser, so that they also deprogram themselves with all the fears, traumas, with all the blocks that are not even theirs. These fears, these traumas, these attitude problems, power games. So many times runners also run because when they were young children, they were taught to play power games with people. They saw their parents, their mother or their father, or some other influences, maybe in school, college, wherever they were going, they saw that people are playing this power game with each other. And whosoever exerts power, they win. Exerts power, they win. Now this runner was like, okay, maybe I also need to do this, which they don't really need to do, in all honesty. And the other people, why these things work on the 3D people is because all of them are similar. In the three-dimensional reality, all of them are playing the same game. All of them are acting in the same way. All of them are fearful. All of them are scared. All of them are inadequate in themselves because they keep on comparing themselves with other people. They are never happy with who they are. So within their own cluster, within their own, equal energies or people who are around them, it works. But it doesn't work for these people. It will not work on the twin flames. It will not work on the star seeds. It will not work on ascensioners. And even when the runner becomes chaser and the chaser becomes runner, this is the same thing. Because the chaser realizes, okay, I don't need to run after this person, but they still have a lot of hatred and anger, which is natural. I will not tell you to skip the steps just because somebody is speaking about this subject, because any which way you cannot deceive the universe. It is impossible to deceive the universe. Even if you try to skip the steps and you go ahead a little bit faster, it will still come back because you've not understood the lesson. So all of you need to understand the lessons first very clearly and then practically apply it in your day-to-day life. So if I tell you this thing, that the runner and chaser have a very bad habit of focusing on negative energy, either they are playing the power game or they are playing the pleaser game. Okay, I will please this person and they will stay with me. I'll play the power game and this person will stay with me. Both of them fail terribly because it doesn't work on each other, on themselves or whatever, like vice versa. It doesn't work. So then eventually they realize that I don't need to do anything. I don't need to make any extra effort to keep the person who I love so much with me. It will still work out. It will still work out despite all of our differences and all the problems that are being presented to us and the challenges that are being laid out in front of us. So when they stop doing this, they figure it out. Similarly, to reach that level, you first have to try it out in your own ecosystem, within your own life. Think about the things that you focus on. Think about all the things that you've been focusing on which are negative, and because of your focus they have grown. These things grow exponentially just with the way you keep observing it again and again, keep focusing on it again and again. So first you try it in your immediate reality or whatever you're doing. Look at all the things that are bothering you. Look at all the things that give you tension. And this is a really good way of inner work. Today I'm actually giving you some inner work step. Please try it out in your lifestyle, within whatever you do. Write down all the things. Don't talk about the twin flame right now or the relationship aspect right now, because first you need to work on your own self, build your confidence, and from there on you can take it further to any area of your life, any department of your life, because how we do one thing is how we do everything. So try it out. Write down all the things that are making you negative. Say today, tomorrow, yesterday, the time frame, last month, 1 month, 1 week. What is it that is bothering you? Maybe it's your skin, maybe it's your hair, maybe it's the wrinkles, fine lines are bothering you. I'll give you an example, very funny example. Someone once told me that I had this fine line on my face and I would look at it in the mirror and I would freak out, and soon I realized that this fine line had turned into a wrinkle and it was so difficult to deal with it. So I sat down with them. I did one small single therapy session, and after that they've been telling me, oh, my skin has become so good, I don't see the wrinkles, I don't even notice the fine lines. So I'm like, even if the fine lines are there, or even if the wrinkles are there, or even if there's anything, because you're not noticing on it, it's not even impacting you, it's not even there, it's not growing. This is one example that I'm giving to you. So people focus on the separation way too much. Oh, we are separate. Oh, we are separate. Oh, we are separate. Oh, I'm blocked. I'm blocked. I'm blocked. They keep checking the number again and again after every few weeks or every few days. Did I get unblocked? Did I get unblocked? Did I get unblocked? Or anything like that, they'll probably be thinking in their heads that this person has totally forgotten me. And then immediately after that thought, they'll react to it. They'll go and check their social media. They'll see something. Because your focus is so much on this, you're noticing it even more. And the more you notice, the more you focus on it, it will grow. The law of attraction community is telling you to look at your results, or imagine that you've already developed it or you've already received it, so that you attract that thing in your life even more. But it's not that easy, right? So we will not tell you that. I will not tell you that. My masters are not guiding me to tell you any of that. My masters are simply telling me that you look at your current life and all the things that bother you, write them down and write why these things bother you. What is the reason why you feel like, okay, this is a problem for you and you need to fix it. Look at the underlying reason. Look at the underlying problem that is bothering you. It's not those things that bother you as much as that problem about yourself bothers you. I'll probably do a live session on this. If you guys want me to help you out with it, I'll help you out. Please write down in the comment section if you want me to give you these tools and techniques on and off. I'll give it to you, because this is a really wonderful way of releasing negative energy in your life. And once you understand, okay, this is the problem, what I'm seeing outside is not the actual thing that is troubling me, the fear behind it is troubling me. So you need to stop focusing on it and you need to put your mind into something else. And that's why we talk about Naam Simran. Naam Simran is one of the most ancient technique and the most successful technique, and that's why the super scientists used to chant Ram. They would keep repeating Ram, 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 because it's a very high vibrational sound. When you repeatedly chant Ram, 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 it will increase your vibration in such a way. First of all, it will increase your vibration. It will also increase it in such a way that you will feel very relaxed. You will feel very confident because it's your third chakra sound. Third chakra is the one that's near the navel, behind the navel, a little above the navel. It's the root of your jewels, your gifts, your psychic abilities. Your gut creates intuition power. So it gives you a lot of things. And suddenly you feel very distracted. This is one of the best techniques that I've also been using, and it works wonders on your life. It will connect you to your higher self in time if you keep practicing it. It's not a 1-day thing or a 2-day thing, but people have told me, especially the children. Some of the children who are spiritually awakened and they're already having the spiritual awakening process, they've already surrendered. Imagine, there are 15-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old who are so younger in age than so many people who are listening to these channelings. They have already surrendered. They can practice surrender, but the adults cannot. Why? Because the adults have too much memory bank which they don't want to let go. But the children, they understand. If you tell them, okay, you do this is the scientific reason behind it, they have a lot of faith and belief and they'll do it. And as soon as they feel a change, they'll come up to you and they'll tell you that I feel this way. You're right. Oh my God, I never knew. I was bullied in the class, or I was having this problem with my crush, and now I don't have any problem. I'm enjoying, I'm chilling. Now people want to talk to me and I'm busy because I'm enjoying. I want to do something bigger, better. Some of the children I know are into mission work. They are doing so much. It's really inspiring to see these kids, like, wow. You guys, I say to them, you guys will take planet Earth ahead. You guys will. So my friends, if these children can do it, if these teenagers can do it, who have puberty to take care of, who have so many other problems, hormonal changes, if they can do it, then anyone can do it. If you really want to put yourself into comparison mode, then better to put yourself into comparison mode with good people who are doing great things in life, rather than comparing yourself with all these negative Nancys. Okay? So in this session, coming back to the energy of this session, the runner-chaser dynamic, this ongoing, constant runner-chaser dynamic, each time you thought that this person is never coming back, and each time they came back, that itself is a big proof for you that you please focus on your life. You do what you love. Don't focus on these things. Relationships are not the end-all and be-all of your life. Because people who are meant to stay in your life, they will stay no matter what. Whether you like them, whether you don't like them. Because many times people have told me, I don't want my twin flame now. Can you please make this person go away? So I'm like, dude, you wanted this person so badly. Now you don't want this person. No, I don't want this person. And now this person is not going away. Now I have to act like a runner. I have to block them. I have to stay away from them, which I don't want to do. I want to be nice. So I'm like, stop focusing. They'll go away. They'll not bother you. You are getting bothered because you're not able to fully forgive them yet. And you're upset. You're really upset. There was a time you wanted them, but now that you have them, you're upset. Why do I have them back? Because now they can rule me. You're scared. You're scared that you'll fall into the same pattern again. But how will you fall into the same pattern again if you have already clearly written down your goals and you're working on your mission? Because I have noticed, and this is my biggest, you can say I'm very, very solidly sure about it, that people who enter mission work, they are the fastest to receive union. Fastest. Because they start applying all the negativity that they saw in their runner-chaser dynamic and the way they felt in their separation, they start applying that learning into mission work and into other good things. So they themselves say that, you know what, I don't want to work on that relationship aspect right now because it's very toxic for me, and I want people to be happy. I want to accept my destiny the way God has written it. I don't want to meddle with it. I don't want to change anything. Let me just first enjoy whatever is written for me. Who knows that this separation phase or this runner-chaser dynamic or this people coming back and going, whatever it is actually for my benefit. It's for my growth. Let me first enjoy my life, whatever my life is like. Let me just take a pause, take a deep breath and look around. What all am I supposed to do here, and what all can I do in the moment to be happy independently? And this also happens because they are pretty much sure by the time, surrender process is such a great stage that people know by that time, what, they will come back. They have no other way to go. They have no one else other than me who can accept them the way they are, who can, forgive them so many times. Nobody forgives people like that. In the three-dimensional reality, I have heard people tell me that, what, I will not forgive this person for next 7 lives. Next 7 lives I will not forgive this person. This person is unforgivable. So I am like, okay, fine. You'll be the one to suffer for next 7 lives because you'll keep thinking about what they did to you. You're not letting go of your anger and resentment. Oh, I will not forget this person. Even on my deathbed, I will not forgive this person. Some people say that. You should never say these things. Even the worst people, you can forgive them because you don't have to take it personally. Don't have to take it personally. Anybody's bad behavior. If somebody sexually abuses you when you're a child, say you're a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, for example, okay, don't imagine anything just like that. I'm just saying, for example, you're a 7-8-year-old child and a 70-year-old old man or a woman, whatever, gender-wise, they molest you. They touch you inappropriately. Who is bad here? Who is wrong here? You or them? Obviously, they are bad. They are wrong because they are adults. They are grown-ups. They know this. You could be young, you may not be aware about what's happening in your body, but they know it very well. They have full experience. And they also know that you are a child. So if they are doing this to you, should you take it personally? Should you feel bad about it? Should you sit and cry in a corner? Okay, maybe you're feeling bad because someone did this to you. Alright. But don't have to take it personally that something is wrong with you. Once I was doing therapy session for a girl. She was molested by a lot of people actually as a child. She lost her mother when she was really young, baby in fact. And after that she became like an open... it's very sad. It's very sad children have to go through this. And for so many years she was in guilt. Her uncles had sexually molested her. Some neighbor had. She had an affair with somebody in the family because as a child she did not know why people are touching me this way. She thought it's normal, it's natural. But when she started having an affair with somebody, in one of the cousin or somebody, then the parents started telling her that this is wrong. Don't do it, my child. And this person said that, why is it wrong? Everybody is doing it. Everybody has been doing it to me. Now when I like someone, I want to do it with someone. Why is it wrong? No, but that person is related to you. Oh, really? What about all the other people who were related to me and they were so elder to me? They were adults. I was just a kid, a motherless child. So she carried that guilt and shame, and this person asked me this question. Was I the person who was hypersexual, or I was the person who was horny, or I was the person who had this thing in me? Why this thing is not in other people? Why other kids get to live normal life? Why my own siblings got normal life? Why I did not get normal life? And I'm the one who's facing so many difficulties living in this society, this world. That's because this person had taken those people's bad behavior personally. Something is wrong with me. It could be past life thing. It could be some people volunteer. There are only 2 types of people, categorically speaking, in this zone. Otherwise there are many types of people, but in this zone, either someone has done something bad to another person in the past life, so they are just reaping the karma, so that they also know how bad it feels. It should not be done. It's bad. And I'm not saying it's only about pedophilia. It could be anything else. Maybe they had a sexual relationship with someone who did not want to have sexual relationship with someone, non-consensual. Now in this life they are understanding that non-consensual sexual relationship is bad. It's wrong. It's unhealthy for your mind, body, soul. They learn it the difficult way, but they learn it. And then there are certain people who have volunteered. They've genuinely volunteered on planet Earth. There is no other explanation. Because these souls are very pure. They don't have any Akashic records talking about it. Even when you read their energy, they are literally so genuine. They could not have reaped any such karma. Some of them are really here only for 1 or 2 lives. So they've not done it. They've not carried this karma. So why? Because they're so advanced. They're so amazing, brilliant to talk to. And they're so empathetic. They are so connected with nature. They're so blessed by the higher beings. And they've always questioned that, why did this happen to me? Why? Not something is wrong with me, but why did I go? Their question is also very different. What is the reason that I had to go through this? And the reason is that they have to be in that place so that they can help others out, so that they can show the light or the path to others. They can forgive their perpetrators or their predators. And they realize, yeah, there are so many people on this planet who've gone through worst of situations. And these are the people who act like projectors. These are the people who show to the world it's okay to get molested or raped or bullied or cheated on. It's all right. It's part and parcel of life. And I'm standing here talking to so many people so that you don't do it to the coming generation. The coming generation has to be kept safe and secure, and they need to be given the right type of education. Not the education that's given in the dark ages, not the materialistic education, the real wholesome spiritual education. So this whole dynamic is only to remind you that think about the times when you really thought that this person will never come back, and yet they did. Yet they did. The runner-chaser dynamic does not happen once, my friends. Some people have 5, 6, 7, 8 cycles of it before they enter the long phase of separation. And in the long phase of separation, lots of chasers are no, it's never gonna work out. So they get very angry. They're full of resentment. They're full of hatred. They're full of you cheated me, you betrayed me, you didn't fulfill your word, commitment. This is also important, because if you're not going to feel this way, you'll not do inner work. And I tell people, if you're feeling so angry, so upset, please get up and do inner work. Anyway, as per the channeling, this is the message, and it's a wonderful channeling. I really enjoyed receiving this channeling, because sometimes the channelings come as epiphanies and realizations also, but it's one whoop, a quick download, few seconds and you get that download. So as per this download, just chill, just enjoy your life, and everything will fall into place. You just do what you're here to do. As simple as that. Because even when the person will come back, you would have shifted by leaps and bounds that you'll start getting bored of it. You will start getting bored of romance, and you'll be I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. It's boring. I want something new adventure. My mission, I need to focus on my mission. In fact, some of the people have also told me that they were doing mission work, but while they're into mission work, they'll forget everything about the mission work, and they'll be completely romantic. They'll be completely doing all the stupid things, and then once the separation kicks in, then they realize that, oh, I forgot all about my mission. Oh, and then again they start working on themselves. They do inner work, they do mission work. Again the other person comes in their life. Again they forget everything. So who's at fault? Who's really at fault? Think about it. For your personal situations, you can check out the description box. You can look at all the details. And once you book the session, write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. And once you book the therapy also, write to me. Therapies help you to remove blocks that separate you from other people, the people you care for. And it also creates this whole negative, sadistic, pessimistic attitude that doesn't leave you for long, even though you know you're obsessed by a person, but you don't know how to get out of that obsession, because there are certain trauma based situation, there are certain pain bodies, blocked energy in your chakra system, due to which you feel separate. And whatever we feel, we attract that. If you want to change your life, change the way you feel. That's also something they say, right? And very apt actually. But how to do it? We all know a lot of things. People know a lot of things, but how to apply it? That's the whole thing, right? So yes, Bolo Siyavar Ramchandra ki jai, Bolo Hanuman ki jai. One love and peace out, and I will see you soon in another one. Jai Shri Ram.